Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we finally got the APK, so I'm ready to dive right into it and talk about all the new stuff, new characters, new uniforms, new game modes, or game mode reworks, and I am very, very excited because there is a lot to get to, and there is a lot of great changes. There's a couple of things that I want them to look at again, and there's definitely a couple of things that they need to improve, but I feel like this is a massive win of an update for tons of reasons. So without further ado, again, this is all subject to change because it's not a final build, but let's dive right into it. So we got two brand new characters here. You can see Morbius' icon on the right of me. There he is, looking short but very intimidating. And then we've got Scarlet Spider, who looks dope. Two brand new characters. So the way that you obtain Morbius, and there's a bit of speculation on this, of course, with all of these types of characters, but you obtain him through the 20 biometrics daily, which is the bio subscription. However, recently, starting with, I think, Red She-Hulk, and then Thane, and then maybe one other character, I can't remember. They've been available through the Future Pass, which is sort of like the Marvel Future Fight Battle Pass. So a lot of people are speculating that we're going to be able to get 10 or 30 Morbius bios, which will allow you to unlock him at 1 or 2 stars. And then you'll have to use like rank up tickets or a mega rank up ticket. And then of course they're giving away that mega tier 2 ticket for free every month with the token event that comes after the update. It's not the one that we have now, it's the one that's coming after the update lands. But yeah, that is Morbius there. So his transcendence with Elsa and Moon Knight is not 100% free to play. Okay, just keep that in mind, especially if you want to transcend Elsa or Moon Knight, because they're all together. So I assume that they're going to share each other's requirements, right? So Elsa will require Moon Knight, Morbius, and there should be one more actually. There should be 3, right? So there's one other character missing from this sort of trio. Anywho, Scarlet Spider, on the other hand, good news for you free to plays. He is available through, it says find in the shop. So just to make it a little bit simpler here, we go over to the bio selector, and as you can see, bada bing, bada boom, Scarlet Spider is selectable from the bio selectors. So what this means is Shadowland bio selectors, login bio selectors, Alliance shop bio selectors are all usable on Scarlet Spider. And you're gonna want this cat because not only is he good, but he is a support tier 2 for Spider Sense characters. So this is very good. They're giving they made the character that is also a support type free to play. So I think this is a great move by them. I think it was the right move. If you have the choice between Scarlet Spider and Morbius, which one do you make premium and which one do you make free to play? I think the devs definitely made the right choice. Okay, and just in case you're wondering what his tier 2 passive is, we'll come back to him later, but I don't want to mention he's a support and then not show you the support. So his support passive, look at this. All allies with Spider Sense get increased damage to heroes, increased damage to villains. So it's increased to both, like Mystique's passive, like Taskmaster's passive, and skill damage, bonus damage. Very, very high DPS bump for characters that can take advantage of this. Now, keep in mind, these abilities, so the first 2 abilities, the first 2 buffs do stack. You can have multiple instances and multiple buffs of increased damage dealt to heroes or villains. We've seen that in the game. But the skill damage, bonus damage from my testing does not stack. So you want to look for characters that don't, Spider Sense characters that don't have skill damage, bonus damage, for them to get the full buffs. Now, what is Spider Sense? If you go over to the details page, Spider Sense is one of the abilities. It's the one that has a spider on it. So think Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Silk, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, or Miguel Ohaha, as we say. You can think Dr. Octopus with the superior Spider-Man uniform. You can think Arachnite. Okay, we'll talk about this stuff over here later. I know I'm giving you a little teaser here. You're like, what is that? We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, very, very good characters. Morbius and Scarlet Spider both look good, and that's how you obtain them. Moving on briefly to the, actually no, before we go to the uniforms, I mentioned the tokens for the next update, right? You're gonna have those 700 tokens that you're gonna want to collect. The Spider, or it wouldn't be the Spider-Verse tokens, it would be the Dormammu or the Doctor Strange or the Damnation tokens. So there's gonna be new icons as well. The new icons are as follows. We've got Jean Grey from the legendary Future Past, so that costs about $10 US. Jean Grey's there winking at you. We've got the Eye of Agamotto, which is the premium icon, the very, very expensive Mythic Pass icon. And it's just opening up over and over again. Shout out to Grandpappy. And then we got the Doctor Strange opening up a portal from the movie, and that one is from the Damnation event shop. So that's the one that you would get instead of getting, or in addition to getting, the Mega Tier 2 ticket if you have extra tokens that you purchase through packs, okay? So Legendary, Mythic Pass, and then Damnation event tokens. Very cool icons. Now, going back to the uniforms, we do have a lot of uniforms, okay? There's a uniform for there's a uniform for Moon Knight, aka Mr. Moon Knight. There is a uniform for Blade. And then there's a uniform for Ghost Rider. Now, I really wish I could say more about these uniforms. I can say more, but I can't say what the uniform options are. Because the uniform is unavailable, just like Iceman's uniform last month and just like Kamala's uniform last month, we can't see what the uniform options are, so you can't prepare ahead of time for that. However, I will cover the uniforms. However, we can see the uniform options for Doctor Strange and Dormammu. So let's dive into that and see what you can prepare for, so you can start, thinking about whether you want to buy those uniforms, because they will be on sale as well. If you have them already, this is the ideal situation. You can get them to Mythic, right? If you can get them to Mythic, you know what I mean, right? So for Doctor Strange, for his new uniform, and you're going to want to pick up Doctor Strange's new uniform. We'll talk about it. We've got Corvus, Infinity War. We've got Taskmaster from Black Widow, which is great. We've got Quicksilver, Uncanny Avengers, Magic Phoenix 5, and Magneto, House of X. So again, mixed results from these uniform options. Some of them are excellent. Some of them are really just trying to sell the uniform because they haven't sold enough of them, because it's not a good uniform. So listen, Marvel Future Fight, just make the uniforms good and then we'll buy them. But yeah, you didn't go far enough with Magic, so that's why people didn't buy her uniform. Anywho, yeah, so that's pretty good for Doctor Strange. For Dormammu, on the other hand, let's go check out his uniform options. We've got Crossbones, Secret Empire, that's good. We've got Jean Grey, X-Men Red, interesting choice there. We've got Invisible Woman, Future Foundation. This is another uniform that was not purchased very much, in my opinion, and that's why they're trying to sell it. We got Cable and Deadpool, which is a bit of a bummer, considering it's a native tier 2 uniform, and yeah, it's expensive. And then Red Guardian. So again, mixed results there. The bummer for Dormammu is that there are two native tier 2s here. We have Cable and Jean Grey, so it's going to be very, very expensive if you haven't gotten these uniforms to Mythic to get them to Mythic for Dormammu, considering you also need to spend a lot of black antimatter to get Dormammu's uniform to Mythic. So this update is going to have very expensive uniforms, not only in terms of the crystal cost, but in terms of the actual upgrade cost. And then for Doctor Strange, you've got a native tier 2 there and a native tier 2 there. So they were able to squeeze 4 native tier 2, actually 6 native tier 2 uniforms into the game, right? You got Dormammu and Doctor Strange, and then you've got Cable, Jean Grey, Quicksilver, Corvus. Notice how they balanced 2 of them as X-Men materials and 2 of them as black antimatter, right? You see that? You see what I'm saying? So they're really going after the wallets. But yeah, that is what it is. But the uniforms are insane upgrades for these characters. That's sort of the theme here of this update. There are no bad uniforms, except for one. I don't want to highlight the good uniforms right now because Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, Dormammu, and Doctor Strange's uniforms are insanely good. And I don't say that lightly. I'm not exaggerating. They are all insane reworks, like rogue level reworks. There is one, however, that is not a rogue level rework. Unfortunately, Blade. I don't want to put a damper on this video. I'm still flying high, my spirits, my hype. I'm really excited for this update, but I really have to get this out of the way now. Marvel Future Fight devs, Sarangheo, I love you guys. You guys are doing an excellent job this update, but there's still time. There's still time, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. There's still time, okay? So please put a dedicated dev or a dedicated dev team on this uniform to fix it, because it's not good enough. If this uniform releases as it is now, people are going to be upset. People are going to say things about the game. They might even write articles about the game. You don't want negative publicity. You don't want that kind of stuff, okay? So just fix the uniform. It's not very good. You did not give Blade a very, commensurate upgrade, okay? Blade has been trash literally from the beginning, okay? You need to improve his leadership because it's not good enough. Improve his leadership and improve his skills, okay? More iframes, more effects. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the only right now. That's the only thing I'm disappointed with in this update. Also, for those of you wondering, also for Elsa, get it? It's like 1 letter off or 2 letters off. There's no uniform. There should be a uniform because she's getting an awakening skill, as you can see, Monster's Demise, but there's no uniform. Is she gonna get a uniform? I don't know. Have I been able to find a uniform in the game? No, I have not been able to find a uniform in the game for her. Also, speaking of uniforms, since we're on this topic, the uniform collection for this month is insanely expensive. It sort of goes hand in hand with what I was saying about native tier 2s, but I will move my camera up here for a minute. Again, like, you want the 375 crystals, okay, but Doctor Strange and Dormammu are both native tier 2, so the amount of black antimatter you need is bonkers, right? Plus, Dormammu's uniform is going to be 1,500 crystals. So you're looking at almost 4,000 crystals here for these 4 uniforms. So yeah, I would not... I don't think it's a prudent idea to rush to get this particular uniform collection. It's funny because in contrast to last month's uniform collection was so much cheaper. And they were all completely free to play. And now it's like... they're free to play, but there's insanely like you have to have a whole bunch of black antimatter saved up, right? Like thousands. I'm talking thousands of black antimatter. So now that my camera is up here for a minute, I know it's a bit disorienting. I'm apologizing. I'm not following anything, Murph. We do want to check out this new sort of classification, you can call it, new classification for characters. So when you go to the details page, you're going to see at the bottom these 2 categories, and it's in Korean now. They haven't translated it yet, but on the left side, okay, the left side, which is there's 3 characters there, it means PvE, and then on the right side it means PvP. So it's 2 different categories, and basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to give you a hint as to how you can use this character, in this case Doctor Strange, how you can use him in PvE and how you can use him in PvP. There are 3 icons that you need to understand and remember, or just look at or whatever. There's the yellow icon, which means leadership. There is the red sword icon, which means he's a damage dealer, like a DPS unit. And then there's the blue hands together, which means support. So if you click on it, you'll see leader, dealer, which is not drug dealer, damage dealer. I think they need to change the translation on that. That should be like deep. They should just say DPS or something. Anyway, and then this says support. So that's all it is. And then so the left one is for PvE, like world boss, squad battle, etc. And the right side is for PvP. I'm not sure how Doctor Strange is a support. Maybe he's a striker. He's a good striker for world boss, and that's what they were thinking. But yeah, they've introduced this system for all characters. So you can take a look here. I'm going to drink some water to sort of rehydrate my mouth while we go through a few of these here. Poor Elsa. She only has the leadership. She's not worth much, right? So he's a support for PvE, and then he could be a damage dealer and support for PvP. Now this doesn't mean that the characters cannot be used for anything else, right? So when they say this, they're not saying that you can't use Scarlet Spider for PvP or you can't use him for PvE. He has all defense down, right? He might be very good for PvE. These are just some suggestions that they have. This is just sort of like a recommended thing. It's not something that you have to read into as like the be all and end all, and it doesn't affect the characters in a restrictive way. It may affect the characters in a restrictive way in the future. We don't know for sure, but for now, we have not been able to find any content where it says, you know, you could only bring support category or dealer category or leader category characters. And I don't imagine that that's going to be the case in the future. Let me see if you swap his uniform. Can you? You can't swap. No. Okay. Let me see for Dormammu. Does it change the tags? No, it doesn't. Okay. So yeah, it's just sort of a quality of life thing, and it's something to help newer players understand why characters are used in certain places on the team. So, you know, if you're a newer player and people keep telling you, oh, Cyclops is a really good, Cyclops is a really flexible character. Cyclops is a really flexible character. And you're like, why? Why do people talk? Why people keep talking about Cyclops? Why do people keep talking about Cyclops? I'm stumbling over my words. And you go over here and it's like, wow, he's available for everything, right? He's a leader, dealer, and support. So then they go and they investigate his passives. They're like, how is he a support character? And they go and they look, and they're looking, and they're like, oh, all allies, 30% energy attack. That's why he's a support, right? So it just gives you more information. It lets you explore the characters and see the character's strengths and weaknesses at a glance, right? And so when you go into content, here's the interesting thing. When you go into content like World Boss, for example, you will see now that every character in the menu has a little magnifying glass. So when you're going to choose your character, you can just choose Doctor Strange if you want, but you can click on the magnifying glass to get a little pop-up window. And the little pop-up window will give you a bunch of information on the character's skill element. So in case you forgot what kind of damage they deal, energy or physical, it will give you information about whether they're a hero or a villain, human, inhuman, mutant, male, female. They will give you the recommended position, which we just talked about, this leader, dealer, support. And then it will give you all three passives, the 4-star passive, the tier 2 passive, and the leadership ability. It's a bit redundant that they put the leadership because it's also right there at the bottom. But yeah, so this is really cool. You also can access the magnifying glass from this menu here. So you don't actually have to put the character on the team. You can just do it from here. And then if you want, you can click on that little icon to the left of the X, and it will take you to the character immediately. So you can do the 2-step process of going down here to the bottom and clicking on that little Iron Man head and then finding the character. Or you can just go straight from here once you click the magnifying glass. So again, just more quality of life stuff. More stuff to help players understand what's good about characters and what's bad about characters. And I think this is very good. I think this is excellent for the game, and it's an excellent teaching tool for players. So that's that. Then we've got the new Danger Room and Alliance Battle. Now, we're going to go into Danger Room first. A lot of people were curious about the rewards and how they were changing. I cannot show you guys. We cannot, unfortunately, show you guys Danger Room Extreme. Hopefully, the devs will fix this. But currently, when we try to go into a normal Danger Room, it crashes. After the first character selection, it basically queues up the fight as if it was a one-on-one fight. So, yeah, we can't play Extreme because we can't play normal. And we have to get to at least a level 5 proficiency. So if you go into Extreme, it says, oh no, you can't play, you have an entry requirement. I have enough tier 3s, but I don't have a high enough proficiency level. You have to be at proficiency level 5 or higher. The cool thing is when you enter the Danger Room, you can see your proficiency level. So you'll be able to see very quickly when you join up in a team, when you invite people or whatever, what their proficiency level is. My proficiency level is 1, which is the little 1 underneath the black bolt icon. So if you invite your friends and they're like, yeah, I play tons of Danger Room, I'm so good, and then their proficiency level is like 10, you're like, you're lying to me, buddy. So that's pretty cool that you can see that. Hopefully the little icon, little flares, the little wings, those change as well and get more elaborate. Now, the rewards. We love talking about rewards for Marvel Future Fight and how they're usually disappointing. These rewards seem the opposite of disappointing. I don't know how to English today. So we've got 3 boxes there. I'm gonna sort of build up the suspense here. On the right, you have the shield support box, which you only get if you buy the shield support by monthly thing, and that's just like whatever, boring. You've got the daily victory, which is exactly the same as it was before. You get 15 bios. I'm assuming it's 15 bios, but you get 15 bios of one of these characters randomly, and this does not include premium characters. But then you have 5 daily entry. So win or lose, if you play Danger Room 5 times a day, you will get this chest 5 times. And this chest contains, you can see Danger Room daily entry chest normal. So I assume there's going to be a Danger Room daily entry chest extreme. But this one includes bios for all of the premium characters. So all of the premium X Gene characters that are available in Danger Room, like there's no Namor or Kitty Pryde or Juggernaut, but all the other ones like, you know, Magic, Colossus, and all of the training. All of the Danger Room training characters. Yeah. So even if it's just one bio, you have 5 chances per day, every day, to get one bio of Professor X or Abomination or whatever. And then you only need 10 bios to unlock them. So that's awesome. I think this is an excellent change if I'm understanding it correctly. I'm not going to get too hype because I may not be understanding it correctly, but this is great, right? I think this is great because on top of this, they did not take away the rewards for getting to platinum. So if you get to platinum, you're still going to get that chest that can have 5 bios of these guys. And of course, if you get to vibranium, you'll get 10 bios of these guys, which will immediately unlock the character for you, right? So yeah, I think this is an excellent change to Danger Room as far as the rewards go. We don't know what's in Extreme. Hopefully the devs will fix it so that we can check it out. But yeah, so that's Danger Room. And then ABX. Now, ABX got a massive makeover visually. Not only is the Frost Beast completely different, but the arena is completely different. The effects that happen during the fight are different. They've taken away the large meteor and there's more small meteors. And then there's different colors. And then, of course, you have a brand new UI. So you've got the UI of your overall Alliance rank. You got your own rank within the Alliance. Shout out to all the other content creators here. And then you've got your rank globally. And then you've got, and then you've got the list here of the weekly schedule, which is the same. There is no 3rd week. There's no 4th week. It's all the same. And then you've got a list of the rewards. Now, what's the big problem with ABX? The rewards have not changed. The rewards are exactly the same. The weekly rewards are the same, and the daily rewards are the same. I am disappointed. Marvel Future Fight, you need to improve the rewards. ABX, Extreme Alliance Battle Extreme Mode, the rewards do not equal the investment. You need to build multiple tier 3 characters now. You need to have multiple CTPs of Rage and multiple CTPs of Insight. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. People are still going to ignore this game mode because you make the reward so bad. It's the reward cannot just be our enjoyment of the game mode. There has to be an incentive to spend our time in the game. There has to be. So you have to improve the rewards. My suggestion is to improve the daily rewards and improve the weekly rewards. The weekly rewards should not just be like this, right? Where you get a reward for being in the top 50, and then you get another reward for being a percentage-based alliance. This is not the only reward. Why are you only giving out crystals to one character, to one player in the game? You should give weekly crystals for your percentage score. So, for example, if at the end of the week, right, my score, whatever my score is, I have 0 points. But anyways, so for example, if you are able to score at the end of the week for Alliance Battle Extreme, if you're able to score 5 million points, you should get 50 crystals. If you're able to score 10 million points, you should get 100 crystals. If you're able to score 20 million points, you should get 200 crystals. Okay? That's how you guys should do it. To give players an incentive to build up all of these crazy tier 3s and to gamble for CTPs of Rage, etc. The rewards have to be a lot better. A lot better. This is not a joke. The rewards are not even close. They're not even half. You need to improve the daily rewards with 6-star cards and tier 3 materials and awakening stones. And then you need to improve the weekly rewards with crystals or other tier 3 materials to make it worthwhile, right? Or the CTP fragments or something. Like, you guys got to do something here. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough at all, okay? As far as ABX goes, it's fun to play. I'll give you guys a little preview here. It gives you a little recommendation because it's silence, right? It's very explanatory now. It's very, very good the way that they've laid this out. But it tells you all these characters that are recommended. You can see Apocalypse, Star-Lord, Professor X, because they have silence. So it's recommending characters to you that have the silence effect. So we're going to jump in here with Professor X. I was testing out Professor X on the live stream because I have a very hard time silencing the Frost Beast with Professor X. Professor X has a 2-second silence on his 5th skill. So here we go. We're going to jump into the new ABX, and he's going to do his little roar, and we're going to start our rotation. Professor X makes ABX a little bit easier because he often mind blasts the Frost Beast, which basically incapacitates him and it makes him just stand still. You can see there. But yeah, the rotation is pretty straightforward. You know, you want to maximize the damage. This may not be the best rotation for Professor X. I'm not going for a high score here, but I just want to show you what happens when you get down to 2 minutes and 7 seconds, which is around the time that you would have to normally cancel the roar, right? Here we go. Okay. We're doing damage. We're trying to avoid those meteors because we want the meteor evasion point score to stay at 100%. So we're getting down to the timer. Watch what's going to happen here. He's going to jump to the middle, and then it's going to prompt you with a shield. There you go. And you press the silence. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. There we go. You got silence. So there you go. So he jumps to the middle to prompt you. There's a prompt that comes up on the screen. His health bar has this sort of shield on it, and the shield is the thing that you have to break by silencing him. And if you don't break it with the appropriate skill, it's like a skill prompt. If you don't break it with the appropriate skill effect, nothing happens. So I used the silence effect, and then he got stunned and silenced. So now that he's stunned and silenced, he won't roar. If he doesn't roar, then he doesn't buff his defense. If he doesn't buff his defense, then you can do much more damage. You can see my score starts racking up, and I can get closer and closer to whatever I'm trying to get to. 3 million, 5 million, 7 million, right? So this is excellent. I think this is a fantastic change for ABX. I'm very, very happy that, you know, roar canceling is not something that's niche for like 100 players to understand how to do. It's something that you'll be able to learn and practice by yourself. And it's something that will be much more accessible to the wider player base, which is what you want, right? You want game modes to be accessible. You don't want things to be shrouded in mystery and sort of convoluted and confusing. There, we're going to silence him again. There we go. And that's basically the strategy. And you silence the Frost Beast in order to continue doing maximum damage. If you fail to silence the Frost Beast, obviously he will buff his defense, and then you'll do less damage. If you do less damage, then you will get a lower score. But again, the score doesn't matter as much. Like it's easier, or it's much more consistent to get a high score, but players are not going to want to go for a high score if the rewards are trash. So they absolutely need to improve the rewards. So let me know what you guys think of the update. Hit me up in the comments down below. I'll have tons more videos coming for you, so keep it locked here on the channel and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.